Welcome to episode 3 of the DouangPhoShow. Today, we're going to show some appreciation for our amazing teachers.
A teacher that I appreciate is Miss Robinson because she's very helpful and welcoming to us as a math teacher and a drama teacher.
And a teacher that I appreciate is Miss Robbins because she helps me on my writing skills so much and she's genuinely such a funny person.
A teacher that I appreciate is Miss Texera because she's super diligent in her work. She cares a lot with her students, and she's really funny in class.
The teacher I appreciate the most would probably be Mr. Medina. Even though it's freezing in his room, he's a kind person and always helps me out in religion.
One of the teachers I appreciate the most for our Teacher Appreciation Week is Mr. Farkos because I feel like he's a very helpful person. Once you get to know him, I feel like he's such a kind person, and I feel like he's very helpful with math.
The teacher that I appreciate is Mr. Borges. I appreciate him because he's preparing me for my college life and he's helping me better my writing.
A teacher I appreciate is Ms. Holden because every time I have her in 2 of my classes, she always comes ready to have a good time and connect with her students and always makes learning as fun as possible. And she's always nice and funny and always makes in the classroom the best experience possible.
I appreciate my Spanish teacher, Mrs. Cisneros, because she puts a lot of time and effort into teaching us to the best of her ability.
So a teacher I really appreciate would be Miss Fry because she's just really funny, and she makes learning really fun by all her things she does. And she's just really encouraging and helps us out as students and really tries to do her best to see us succeed and really cares for the best of us.
Next up, we're going to learn more about some of the teachers here at Memorial. For Teacher Appreciation Week, we are introducing some teachers and learning more about them. And with me today is Miss Robinson, with Mr. Giannoni, Miss Texera, or J-Cam.
Hi.
Mrs. Ains.
Good morning.
So, why teaching?
I love chemistry so much, and I love sharing my chemistry knowledge with others, and I just want to inspire the next generation of scientists.
I love young people because they keep me young as well, and I love getting to know new people, honestly, and I also enjoy being able to, like what Ms. Texera said, be able to inspire others into the next generation and get them to do something bigger than what I've done.
I like being in school. I like people I meet, the friends, the club, the sports. So I said, okay, let's try it. So I got into student teaching. My wife got a job at Buchanan. And so 20 years into it, and I feed off the energy of students. Yeah.
It actually wasn't a conscious choice when I first started teaching. I was a Franciscan the first time I taught, and I taught. I took a year off between college and graduate school before I started studying theology in order to set me up so that I could actually begin graduate school with a group of Franciscan friars. And so in 1980, I taught sophomores church history and sophomore English, and did not like sophomore English. So that was that. And then actually, in about 3 years later, when I had pretty much finished my theology education, but had become uncertain about becoming a priest and was taking a leave of absence, I had to get a job outside of religious community on my own. And I had a master's degree in theology, so I went to a Catholic school.
Outside of the classroom, what can students see you doing? Hobbies or any little things that people don't know about you?
Well, outside the classroom, I don't have that much time. However, I've managed to find some time to do theater outside of class. I do community theater stuff, which is basically the rest of my life.
In the pandemic, it's staying home and staying away from people. But I love to go out to restaurants and try new foods, not these kinds of foods.
What's your favorite food?
Oh, that's not a fair question. I like lots of foods. I love Italian food. I love spaghetti, pasta, stuff like that, and pizza, of course. Right there with it. But then, I also love Chinese food and
variety.
Oh yeah, give me a good steak and I'm a happy girl, right?
Well, you can't see me do it anymore, and I don't do it much. I don't know, maybe in retirement I'll get back to it, but I am a railroad nerd. Some of my students know that. Yes, when I worked for many years in room 11, I would step outside when the trains came by, and the locomotive, and I would identify the locomotive, you know, like that was made by General Motors Locomotive Division, and it's a GP38, and I was a train nerd.
I always give extra credit to students who come to any of my basketball games. I've been a high school and college referee for 19 years. And so, yeah, I love it. Keeps me in shape. I do it year round, you know, spring leagues and summer camps. And then during the regular season, you go about 4 or 5 months. And it's kind of, you know, I'm not on a treadmill having to kind of think about exercising. It's just, ooh, my legs feel good after a night or so. I also am about a 4 handicap golfer. So I try to golf when I can, whenever that time permits. Yeah, those 2 main things. And spending time with the family, of course.
That's great. When can students watch your basketball games? You just...
I'll tell you,
all the time?
Mr. G, are you reffing tonight, baby? You know, so, yeah, I just tell them, you know, come to Clovis West tonight.
Clovis West.
You just can't say you're there. You got to make eye contact with me. So, extra credit. That's what you get.
For the last question, if you fail to answer it or try to go around the question, you'll have to try our weird food combo, peanut butter and pickle. What we have here is banana and then ketchup. Is it true that teachers have a favorite student? And if so, who is your favorite student?
Well, since you're asking me that question, I can't speak for other teachers. I would say that I can't answer that question because of professional ethics. But I have lots of favorites. And I mean, that's at any one time. And I will just say that much, which I guess means that I get to try the weird food combination.
What is a pet peeve you have that a student does in your classroom? And can you give an example?
Oh, a pet peeve. That's a really good question. I guess when students expect me to bend the rules for them. That's a big one. When you know, when I say, hey, you have to have your homework due at 8 o'clock in the morning. You're very familiar with that. I do expect you to have your work turned in. And so I've had students argue in the past, well, it was 8:01 and I turned it in. Well, that's past the deadline. Yeah. So I guess that you could call that a pet peeve.
Yeah,
that
definitely.
I'm a stickler for rules. If it's due, it's due, and that's...
And teaches discipline, so you won't do it again next time.
That's the idea.
Is it true that this conspiracy theory that teachers plan tests on the same day?
I can't answer that, Spencer.
Oh, so guess you're gonna have to try the food combo. Do you have a favorite student?
I can't say that. Can I do a combination like of different people as one student?
Oh yeah, you could say a combination. All students might be said, but
the energy of Freddie Fall, the kindness of Meadow Rowland, Isabella Anderson, Carson Lamb, Alyssa Hanser. It's interesting that I find myself in different students. Ooh, that reminds me, this is part of my personality.
So a little bit of every student.
A little bit of every student. You too. I love your clown laugh. It's part of me now.
Oh, you're gonna hear that later.
Before I do this, that I guess some people like this, but I do not like ketchup. I know the kind of tomatoes that go into making ketchup, and that and a lot of sugar. And I'm a mustard guy. Let's just say that. So here goes.
Be a small dip, doesn't have to be too much.
A dip right in there.
Yeah, at that event, you gotta keep the banana.
I'm sure no one else would want it after that. And I could eat it perhaps without the ketchup. Here goes.
Okay, I'm ready.
Got some good peanut butter in there. It's good. 10 out of 10 recommend.
Fairly, I would say it's not that bad because I think the banana taste hides the ketchup taste. That's my evaluation.
That's
So,
great.
I don't think I'm gonna go on and dip it again, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be.
Solid 5 out of 10 recommend.
Wow, that's actually pretty, that's like decent.
It's not as bad as I
It's
thought
not
it
as
would be.
bad.
I'm not gonna lie.
Well, thank you for being a good sport, Miss Robinson. We enjoyed learning a little bit about you. Thank you so much, Miss Dixon.
Of course.
So much, Mrs. D.
You got it.
Well, that's it for episode 3 of the DouangPhoShow. Until then, I hope you have an amazing, blessed day.